Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Production Manager and you are watching Automania. Guys, welcome back to another episode of podcast in Automania. And yes, today we shall be discussing about, getting rid of back pain and the pain in the wrist while riding, which is a huge topic in itself, because as we all know, when we go for out on a longer rides, for longer trips and all, guys, we tend to end up in back pain, and a severe back pain of that, to a pain which will make you irritated all through the day. You can't sleep properly, and next day you have to continue your tour, which is really a big challenge in itself. Because suppose you're going on a long trips from Delhi to coming to southern part of India, or even to Delhi to Chandigarh and these kind of routes. In that time, when you are doing this ride in 2 days or 3 days or even more than that, after 200-300 kilometers, your back starts to ache like anything. And yes, same thing happens with the wrist. So it's very important to take care of your body first and then go for rides and all, because our body is everything for us. Health is wealth. If the body is not in perfect condition, I don't think that you will be able to ride for a longer period of time. So let's get started and get to know how can we improve ourselves as a rider and get rid of the back pain and the wrist pain, which we all hate like anything. The first point is you need to understand your motorcycle, what kind of motorcycle you are riding. Like suppose all of you hate, I know most of you hate the seats of a KTM RC series and all, because it is dead hard. Yes, I do hate it when I go on for a short rides. But when you're going for longer rides, that is something which will, won't affect you. That would something which you'll be comfortable with, because like an engine that has a running period like 1000 kilometers, then the engine will be serviced, and then again the engine will be freed up to be much more better engine. Same way, the seats are also brand new seats. So when you are riding that motorcycle with the hard seats, you'll be feeling sore bum for first 6 months or 7 months. But as you keep on riding, the seat will tend to soften itself up, and it will become a perfect, it will become seat. It won't be too soft or won't be too hot. It will be just perfect for you, and you can go out for longer rides in that seat, the hard seat. But if the case is, if you are having soft seat in your motorcycle, then the problem happens is with the soft seat, with a very 1 or 2 hour ride, it will touch its limit and you can feel the rails beneath your seat, which happens to me quite often because of the soft seat in the GT650. I can feel the rails beneath the seat after 2 to 3 hours of riding, and that is so irritating. And over that, the engine gets so hot that helps the cause of making the seat even softer, and it is so painful experience. So that is something to understand. The seat, you can get in touch with many of the seat makers in the city, in your city, where you get proper seat, good seat, in fact good seats. Yes, you can make custom seats for you, which makes you even more comfortable. So yes, that is the easiest thing you can do, is get your seat according to you. And yes, that would really help you out. The next thing is the handlebar, because we are sitting like this. Anything which is above us, like the cruiser, which is like this, the Harleys and all, and many seats, superbikes or sports bike, the seats are like this. That means the handlebar angle will go down like this. If the handle comes down, if the way you are riding it's like this, then a lot of pressure will come down from here to the shoulder. So a lot of pressure will be traveling in this area. So if your arm is under pressure, if your shoulder is under pressure, the problem you face is that after a few hours you'll be having immense shoulder ache. You can't move your shoulder will be locked, it will be jammed. Then your back will be, your spine will be totally, it will be like jammed. You can't move your spine, it will be paining so much. The lower back will be paining, the shoulder will be paining, even your wrist, this part of the hand, this will all start paining, because you've been holding the motorcycle too long at this position with this angle. If the handle is this, like a cruiser, like for a long ride, if the handle is this, then the energy load can transfer in a proper manner, in a linear manner. If the angle comes like this, then the problem starts to happen. So get your handlebars fixed. But yes, if you're having a RC390 or RC200 or any R15, that kind of motorcycle, or a GT, and you want to go for longer tour and you don't want to modify the handle. I know modifying handles in a RC KTM's 390 RC series is really tough because it's already having clip-ons. So that's a bit of a problem. I don't know if you can fit normal drag bars in a KTM and it will look shit. Trust me, it will look shit. So that's a big point. But if you're having other motorcycle like GT650 or Interceptor, in that case you can change the handlebars quite easily and make the handlebar comfortable according to you. You can bring the handle a bit nearer to your side and then it will just become really easy for you. A simple thing I would say, if you're having Interceptor or Royal Enfield, if the handlebar is like this, you can just tilt the handlebar little bit towards you. Just rotate the handlebar and that will bring the handlebar near you. So that will also eliminate one cause of pain. So that will be really comfortable for you in longer rides. So handlebar is a big thing. So before making any costly upgrades, you can work on the handlebars. The next point is the helmet. Guys, that's the most underrated thing. We don't take care of the helmet and we don't understand that that is also something that changes the comfort in your riding long rides. First of all, the helmets, both are the helmets which I use. The white helmet, that is the racing series helmet from MT, that helmet has a huge problem, which is the size. That doesn't fit me anymore. I use that helmet from 5-6 years back and I still have it, but that doesn't fit my skull because my head just increases in size, my body increases in size. I've been working out for years, so that doesn't fit me anymore, and wearing that helmet is just a pain in my head. That will kill me. I'll be having tremendous headaches and I cannot do that. But loose helmet, if the helmet is very loose, that can also move around when you're riding and move side to side, up and down. So that is a huge problem once again. When you are wearing a helmet, make sure the helmet pushes your cheeks like this, maximum. It shouldn't be like this too much. It should be like this maximum, and you are able to move your head freely up and down. But it is firm enough so that when you're riding at high speed, it stays at your head firmly. It doesn't move or wobble up and down or side to side. So that is a thing of concern when you're going on longer rides. The helmet, make sure the padding is correct. Normally people goes for a helmet which is one size down. Yes, that they prefer that because after using the helmet for some time, the pads start to get firmer and it becomes loosen up. So that is something someone prefers, but I prefer to go by the exact size, and I use a large helmet size for me, and I think I'm very comfortable in that helmet. Yes, but the white helmet, I'm not comfortable with that at all. But this baby from MT, I just love it. It is so comfortable for me. Daily riding or long distance riding, I have no problem with this MT helmet. So the thing is, it should fit you. Brand can mean anything. See, I am not saying you to go for an AGV or RI or something. The brand can mean anything, but make sure you're comfortable. The helmet is not moving here to there. So that is a big thing which will help you for having a comfortable ride. And the next point is the the foot pegs. Foot pegs is something which we normally don't take care of, but a foot peg, change of foot pegs can give you really good comfort. Like many sports bike has a foot peg towards the back, so your legs will be a bit crunched. So that is something, the angle that will be formed will be like this. If you're on a sports bike, your body shape will be like this, then the leg, and then your foot peg. So it will create a very complicated position. So that won't help you at all for a comfortable ride. So you can do one thing is you can change this foot pegs. You can bring it just towards the engine. That will make your body shape, body triangle a bit more comfort. It will give you a bit more comfort in that one, and that will help to reduce the load onto the lower thighs. And yes, change of foot pegs, but change of foot pegs is a bit costly. It is very costly, means it is not so cheap. So that's a thing of concern. Change of foot pegs will set you back by a good amount of money. Another thing which people tend to ignore, that is the backpack they carry. Guys, you're carrying a backpack, please do tie the bag behind the seat if you're not carrying a pillion. Or if you're carrying a pillion, please put luggage sacks or put bags and the side of the motorcycle and carry the bag like that. Do not carry the bag at your back, because using backpacks or rucksacks behind your back while riding for longer rides is the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing you can do to yourself on this trip. That will ruin all your day. It will ruin the next day. It will ruin next 2-3 days. Your back will become so sore. Your shoulder will hurt you so much that you cannot continue the ride. So please make sure the backpack is light. If you're carrying, make sure it's light, or if it's a bit on the heavier side, please tie it onto the back seat, or find some other way out to tie that to the motorcycle. Do not carry that with you on you behind, when you're going for longer rides. That will increase the pain and the trauma of riding in a sporty position at all. So do not do that. And when you're riding, you make sure you are holding onto the motorcycle real tight, especially the lower body. Make sure you're holding onto the motorcycle firmly, and your upper body, the stress on the upper body is released. That will give you a much better riding position. Okay. And generate your power in the core to hold on to the motorcycle. These are the things that are taught in racing school, but these are the things which change you as a rider. You got my point? So bringing to the next point comes holding onto the motorcycle with the core getting engaged. That brings me to the point of being fit, being a fitter rider. Considering fitness as a priority when you are into riding, because you have to be very sure, make sure that you are fit enough to ride a motorcycle and handle a motorcycle. When you are riding a motorcycle, engaging your core to hold on the motorcycle, it will create a bit of problem, bit of core pain and glutes pain in the first initial few days. But as it grows as a habit, that will reduce eventually. And it all takes a few squat, 3 to 4 days a week, and a few sets of crunches 3 to 4 days a week. That is more than enough to give you that energy, that strength of the core to generate the power to hold on to the motorcycle. That's it. And being fit it's actually a blessing in every way in your life. It makes you fresher, it gives you more energy, it gives you mental strength, makes you a whole different person. As a rider, being a rider, if you're fit enough, that is an extremely huge blessing, guys. Try to understand this. It's huge. First, improve yourself so that you become a better rider. Instead of making changes on the seats, the foot pegs and all initially, handlebars, try to improve yourself as a rider, and by making yourself fitter, that will change the way you ride, that will change the riding experience, that will change everything. So make sure you are fit, you are working on your fitness, and you are, it should come from yourself, because it will help your riding. You being a rider, if you're being fit, if that helps you, to be a better rider, and it helps improve the experience of riding on longer trips, I'm sure you should go and, follow these routines of being fit. You get my point? You do all these things, make sure you work on the fitness, hold on to the motorcycle properly, and improve yourself first as a rider. Your body posing should be good enough. It should not be too much down or too much up. It should be straight. Try to work on this, and if that means changing the handlebars, do change it. Next is the foot pegs, the seats. You can make it comfortable by going to any local seat making shop. You can go and do that. And yes, then you should put a proper helmet. The helmet should be firmly fixed. That should not hold you too tight or too loose. It should not wobble all around when you're going on a longer trips or on a highways, high speed run. That should not wobble and affect you. And body positioning, riding type, these are the basic things which you need to take care of while going for longer rides. And I'm very sure this will reduce the stress on your upper body, to reduce the shoulder pain. It will reduce the pain in the elbows, in the wrist. Initially, when I got my 650, the palm was like I could not feel it for next 2 days. It was so painful. For the first 2 days, I couldn't feel my palm. It was so tough. But slowly, as I went on to riding the motorcycle, in a month or two, that vanished. I worked on my fitness, and I don't feel any pain right now. I can go to longer rides, go take to this motorcycle to any place I want, and I don't have any back pain, or even my helmets are comfortable, so I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any pain in my wrist, no pain in my arm, in my palm. So yes, it's all sorted for me. So you understand yourself, how can you solve the problems for you? Everybody's problems are different, pains are different. So yes, I think I could give you some idea how to get rid of that painful backaches and shoulder pains and pain in the wrist. Drop in the comments and let me know if you think this information did help you, and if you are interested in any kind of podcast ideas like this, if you have any ideas which you want me to discuss into this channel, any technical videos, to let me know in the comment section down below. I would definitely want to make videos on the topics which you love. And that brings me to the end of this episode of Automania, this podcast episode of Automania. And if you like it, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to Automania for exclusive automotive updates and podcasts like these. And ending this video, as I always say, wear helmets when you're riding, wear your seatbelts while driving, and never drink and drive. This is Professional Banerjee. You are watching Automania. Signing off. Ta-da.